Welcome to another episode of Lifestyles. I am your show producer, Craig Sewing. We got a great show lined up for you today. America's finest city is America's funnest city. We traveled all over the marketplace with our co-host, exploring the social scene, the sunsets, and much, much more, including the real estate. Let's check out the next episode of Lifestyles right now. Segment today, Molly Odell, one of our favorite co-hosts, goes up to visit with Lisa Herndon and see what's happening in Del Sur with a new restaurant up there. Let's go check it out.
Hey everybody, Molly Odell here in one of my favorite communities in San Diego. I'm in Forest Ranch and Del Sur with Lisa Herndon from Windermere Homes and Estates at Piacere Mio, the new authentic Italian food just added to this community. I'm so excited to see what this place is all about. Hello, Miss Lisa, how are you today?
Hi Molly, I'm great, how are you?
Good, and we have a new friend here, Saul.
How are you? Buongiorno. A pleasure to have you at Piacere Mio del Sur.
Okay, so let's first touch on our Italian. Let's get a little work.
We're working on our Italian today.
Tell me how to pronounce the restaurant again.
Piacere Mio.
Piacere Mio.
Which means my pleasure.
My pleasure?
Yes.
Love it.
And we are in your community of Forest Ranch and Del Sur.
Yes.
In the shopping center here,
Yes.
Target Shopping Center.
Brand new shopping center. So this is one of the newest restaurants that we have here, and I'm really excited about it. It's authentic Italian. It's really, really wonderful. So I'm excited to share it with you.
Well, okay, so this restaurant's really hot, but let's also talk about the hot market for a second. What's going on?
Oh my gosh, it is hot right now. It has been. And you know, I say this, I think, in most segments that we do here, but truly, most people wait until the summer months in order to list their homes, and really that's not the thing to do right now. Nothing is off limits. It's really, really hot no matter what month you're in right now. So if you're thinking about selling your Forest or Del Sur home, now's the time to do it. There's a lot of buyers out there. There's a lot of interest. Prices are great. Interest rates are great. It's really the time to do it.
Well, I mean, this community, of course, for restaurants like this, is obviously the new upcoming area.
Yes.
In San Diego. So is that why you guys decided to put your wonderful restaurant here?
Yes, the developers took an interest on a restaurant at the location that we have South Park, and they wanted to bring in asset to the community, which is a restaurant, and we look at it and we're very excited to be here because it's a community that is growing, it's family orientated, and that's where we looking forward to having a restaurant, you know?
Well, I love it that you guys were actually scouted out. Like somebody came to you guys and was like, hello, please come here.
Yes.
I think it's great. So you've been here often because you guys live super close.
Right.
You and the kids.
Super close. They have wonderful, wonderful food items. They've got a beautiful patio so you can sit outside on nice days.
Oh, I love it.
Nice bar with signature cocktails, a wonderful wine list. It really is a special place, and we really needed that here in this community.
I love it because as I'm sitting here smelling everything as they're prepping the kitchen, we have obviously some great dishes in front of us. But let's talk about some of your favorite menu items.
Oh, of course, the potato and octopus salad is very, very good, very fresh, very clean, refreshing, you know, for a hot summer day, you know. I like the wild boar pappardelle that we have. We make all our pastas in the house.
Ooh.
So everything is homemade from scratch, which is a really good thing now that like a lot of restaurants buy the pasta, you know. The recipe that we have has been like passed on for generation to generation to our main chef. So that's exciting. And then, of course, I like the pizzas are like Napolitan style, you know, very thin crust, like fresh products. Everything tried to be farm to table, so everything is really, really high quality.
Well, and I think one of the things that you were talking about the pizza is that in their South Park location, you guys don't have pizza.
We don't have pizza, no. We're a much small location in the South Park. Here, we want to focus on the pizzas because we have the wood oven pizza, we have the space, we have a pizzaiolo that has been passed on the craft from 4th generation now. So he has won a lot of different contests. He's really good, and he's a craftsman of his art, you know.
I think we're going to visit him here in a few minutes.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I wanted to mention, though, too, that another conversation we had before we started here was that there's folks that work in the restaurant directly from Italy, 9 different areas.
Yeah.
Wow.
And their recipes and their items
Yes.
are all inspired from all different parts of Italy.
So you guys didn't just like pick one menu, one thing. You guys are going around taking the best of the best and bringing it to this restaurant.
Yeah, we want to touch, we want to respect the food, first of all, and we want to touch every area of Italy because every area has a great food. So we don't want to focus, like limit our menu to a single area. So we're doing Italian, modern, like traditional with a modern twist, you know, respecting always the ingredients, you know?
I really like that you said you're respecting the food. I've never heard that before except for in an Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
So that's something that you guys take pride in is the freshness and the quality of your food here.
Of course.
And you can tell in the taste, for sure. We're about to tell in the taste.
I'm excited to find out. So let's talk about one thing that I always get excited about, the wine in front of us. There is so many options for wine here. What is this wine we have in front of us today?
This wine is a Barbaresco. In Italy, it's called the wine of the queen.
Oh, so it's perfect for us.
Hey, there we go. Yes,
He knows us well.
it's a dry, full body with a fruit finish wine. You know, it's like the sister of the Barolo, which Barolo is the king of the wine and the wine of the kings.
Ooh,
So yes, it's from the north part of Italy. It goes great with like heavy sauces like the wild boar or like warm lasagna or
So a lot of the red sauce meals?
Yes, all the Italian wine is designed to be had with wine, with food, sorry.
Oh, perfect.
With food.
Well, Lisa, I think being here today, we need to do 2 things. Well, maybe 3. We need to taste all the food. All the food.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna try to make some pizza. But we also need to touch up on our Italian. So let's learn an Italian sentence here.
Yes.
How do we learn this food is good?
This food is good in Italian. Questo cibo è buono, o questo mangiare è buono.
Questo mangiano.
Mangiare è buono.
Questo mangiano buono.
No, questo mangiare è buono.
Questo mangiano.
Oh, okay, I don't think we're made for this, but I think you're made for eating the food
You
and
gotta
having
try
some
it
good
for
wine.
sure.
Let's leave
Cheers.
the Italian to them.
Yes.
But let's have some nice
Accentane,
wine.
salute.
Let's try the food and let's go make some pizza, you guys.
Yes.
How long can he go for? Under there, it's massive. Here's his hole.
Okay, I'm just gonna do what he does.
You do. Oh, me? Oh. Okay, Lisa, after our great pizza making skills, I think we earned this cocktail.
I think we did.
Thank you so much, Marco, the owner here, and Saul, the manager, for having us in today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Salute.
Bon appetito! Thank you so much, Saul and Marco, for inviting us out to Piacere Mio today, the new authentic Italian restaurant here in Forest Ranch in Del Sur. And always, thank you so much, Lisa Herndon of Windermere Homes and Estates, for always keeping things interesting. I'm so excited to dig into our pizza.
All right, from an Italian restaurant to craft beer. We're going with Jenn Morris to visit with Steve Springer out at the beach. Let's go check this out.
We're in Pacific Beach, where we're meeting with Steve Springer, owner-broker of Ocean Pacific Realty. We're meeting him right above his office at Amplified Ale Works, where they have great food, beers, and views. We're going to be talking about all of the wonderful community events happening in Pacific and Mission Beach. We're going to be talking about the real estate market in the area, and Steve is going to be sharing with us a multifamily listing that he has right on the boardwalk. I'm with Steve Springer, and we are at Amplified Ale Works, just above his office in Pacific Beach. Steve, thanks for having us here.
Thanks for coming here.
So, besides the fact that this is incredible close proximity to your office, tell me what you love about this restaurant.
So Amplified started in 2012, really with a community-centric idea to their operation. So brewing, they were brewing all their beers on site here. Then they wanted to make it a really fun food atmosphere for people to come out, try their beers, great view of the ocean. And they've started with that concept and really taken it a step further by getting involved in the community.
And that is so much due to the owner's involvement in PB Beautiful.
Yeah, so Alex is involved in Beautiful PB is the name of the organization. He's on the board. And so they do projects that we've talked about in the past, trying to improve the area. One of those projects is the PB Pathways project. So their goal is to create routes that kids and tourists and locals can take without worrying about major traffic hubs. So they created a grid system through PB that said, take this street, and they've got signage to get you to various places, and they've got bike lanes on those streets. So to fund the PB Pathways, though, it's not a city-funded project, it's local money that they raise. So Amplified Ale Works partnered with Carl Strauss, who, believe it or not, is also in PB. They're on the edge of PB with their brewing operation, to do a PB Pathways Ale series. So they do different beers as they run out, but they're rotating through series number 2 right now, and each beer that they sell, they donate a portion to the PB Pathways project. So it's a cool way to try.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And there's also the farmers market under that umbrella.
Yeah, so Beautiful PB is also involved in the farmers market along with Discover PB, and they're working on getting it moved, we've talked about this, to Garnett Avenue. Well, they've made some progress in that the PB Town Council has voted to approve that. So now they've really put the pressure on the city to look into moving it to Garnett Avenue, which everyone agrees would be great for the area.
Tell me the difference between Beautiful PB and Discover PB.
Yeah, so Discover PB is the business organization. Think of it as the Chamber of Commerce for PB. They work to promote tourism, business interests, restaurants, bars, hotels. All of those organizations are really flowing through Discover PB. Beautiful PB is working as a community, more grassroots and neighborhood resident-centric projects. So things that they think will improve the life of residents here. But those organizations work together because obviously there's crossover in the benefits for PB.
Under Discover PB, I know that there's a restaurant walk.
Yeah, so Discover PB does 2 different restaurant walks per year. They just did the Coast of PB restaurant walk. Amplified Ale Works and 24 other restaurants were involved. $25 gets you little tastings at each little restaurant, so you walk around the neighborhood and get to know these little spots and try their food. Unfortunately, that one has passed, but there's another one in the fall, which is the Heart of PB Restaurant Walk. So if you want details on that, you just go to Discover PB on Facebook and check out their schedule of events.
That's so fun. I mean, I feel like everything in these communities is walkable, accessible, a good time, really, had by all.
Yeah, and that's a lot of the focus of these organizations, is just improve that, improve the walkability, bikeability, and make it so you don't have to get in a car, you don't have to park anywhere. You just go to all these cool spots.
Well, we've talked a lot about PB, but we are right on the line between PB and Mission.
Yeah, so Pacific Beach Drive is right here, and that's the dividing line. So you go north of that, you're in Pacific Beach. You go south, you're in Mission Beach. Still lots of good stuff going on to improve Mission Beach as well. We talked about a beach cleanup that Beautiful Mission Beach does on a monthly basis. The June one is coming up, June 25th. This one's pretty cool because they partnered with the
This one has a theme.
Yeah, the San Diego Parrot Head Club, which, as you might guess, is the Buffett fan club of San Diego. And so they're doing that theme for the beach cleanup and an after party affiliated with that group. So it's going to be a lot of fun. get your Hawaiian gear on, and then go to a cool Buffett Margaritaville style party afterwards.
We'll go do something rewarding and then get rewarded.
Exactly. Best of both worlds.
Yes, definitely. All right, well, tell me a little bit about the real estate in the area.
Yeah, so Pacific Beach is continuing to see market appreciation. Right now we've got an average sales price of almost $800,000, $795,000 is the average sales price. That's up over 7.5% from this time last year. Then you go to your percentage of list price, 96.4% of list price ends up being the sale price. That's down from last year. So what that tells us is people are asking higher and higher prices. They're not quite getting their listing price, but they're getting pretty close.
And they're getting more than they did a year ago.
They're getting more than they did a year ago. And at the same time, properties are staying on the market for less time. So 22 days average time on the market, that is down over 25% from this time last year.
Wow.
So that combined with the amount of inventory, there's only about 1.8 months of inventory, that's down over 20%. So those two things tell you there's just not a lot out there and it's going quickly.
I know that you have a property that you are able to talk to us about today, and you have a video for it. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we got a property in Mission Beach. It's a 4-unit condo complex. So all 4 units have the same owner, but they all have separate parcel numbers. So it really gives someone flexibility. They could sell off individual units. They could hold a couple, hold them all. Lots of different options for them. And that's right on the water at 3333 Oceanfront Walk. Price is $5,748,000.
And you have a video?
Yeah, let's check it out.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having us out right above your office, Amplified Ale Works.
I was really glad you guys could make it out, see where I work, see where I like to hang out. So thanks for joining me.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks so much for joining us. Our thanks to Amplified Ale Works and, of course, Steve Springer.
Johnny, you won! You won! Grandma?
There are certain times in life when you need a neutral third party to call the shots.
I wasn't ready. I know, but I wasn't ready. I wasn't, you hear me?
Keep it fair. Choose Oakwood Escrow.
All right, from beer to beer. Now we're going to go visit with Tyreshias, Guarnotta, and Megan Tower to go to the Helix Brewing Company and see why this makes San Diego the craft beer city of the world. Let's go check it out.
Hey everybody, I'm Megan Tower with Lifestyles San Diego, and today we're in East County at the Helix Brewing Company, located in the heart of La Mesa, known to its residents as the Jewel of the Hills. I'm hanging out with Tyreshias Guarnotta of Versant Realty and Cameron Ball, the owner of the Helix Brewing Company. They're going to tell me a little bit about what makes this brewing company so unique and what the La Mesa lifestyle is all about. So let's head on inside and grab a beer.
Hi guys, thanks so much for having us at this awesome brewery. So Tyreshias, why did you decide to bring us here today?
Well, first of all, the first time I ever ran into this place, like we were driving around and it was a Friday night, and we pull up and we're like, what is that place that has like all of this brick wall and these, you know, the lights, and people are playing cornhole, and we could hear live music. And so my husband and I just kind of strolled in and we were like, this place is awesome. How come we never knew about it? And I feel like there aren't many exciting things to do in La Mesa, and now that's really changed. And especially with a place like this and how you can just really hang out, grab a beer, really good beer. I don't even drink beer, but I like this beer. And I just love the ambiance. So I just love the community feel. Like there's always a really cute puppy to snuggle with, or I think last time I was here, there's a baby lab here, and I have some kids here. So it's a great family place too.
All right, Cameron, what was your inspiration of setting up your brewery here?
I grew up here. I started homebrewing back in school, and then came back here to work and thought, you know, it's a lot more fun to make beer, so thought, hey, let's do it here.
All right, good. And what is your favorite beer that you make here?
Favorite beer here, I drink a lot of the pale, but right now Galaxy, that one sells so fast here.
All right. And she mentioned that there's live acts here. When does that happen?
Yeah, so every Friday and Saturday night, we have live music. They change, so come in. It's always free.
And these are mostly local artists?
Yes.
All right, great. And I heard that there's some really good food here, but that you don't actually make the food at the brewery.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Yeah, so every night we have food trucks. They always rotate anywhere from, you know, Taco Tuesday, Pizza Wednesdays, you know, everything always changes here.
So people just walk right outside and go up to the truck and order their food?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. So you mentioned that there's a really unique vibe to La Mesa and that this is just adding to it all. Why is that so important for realtors to understand the different vibes of the communities in San Diego?
Yeah, well, every community in San Diego really offers something different. And so what's really neat about La Mesa is I feel like it's kind of like the new North Park, but it's still affordable. And I love it. I run into people I went to high school with, and it just feels like people don't really leave La Mesa. You know, there's Mount Helix, you have luxury homes there, and there's also, you know, for people that are looking out for their first home, you can get that here in La Mesa as well.
Yeah, definitely. And with that said, I was so surprised because I'm a transplant to San Diego. So I've always kind of thought about East County, that this is just out in the boonies, and I was pleasantly surprised to put it in my GPS, and it took me like 15 minutes to get here. So
Right, yeah.
Why is there that misconception?
I don't know, when people say East County, I think that they think it's like way out there, right? But La Mesa is really neat because it's just off the 8, and it's the city really right before you actually are in San Diego County. So once you leave our San Diego City, once you leave San Diego City, it's La Mesa, and then it's the first city before all of the rest of these counties. So actually La Mesa is right on the border.
All right, great. And now Cameron, you mentioned that these brews that we're holding right now, this is the only place that you can get them, right?
Yeah, so we do most of our beer here on site. We do a few kegs to certain beer bars, but you know, most of it is just here.
And why did you decide that?
We sell a lot of beer out of here, so you know, it's just more fun just to serve beer here with that vibe that we create and have everybody come here to enjoy beer that's here super fresh.
So what happens if we want to take some beer home with us?
You can take beer home. We have growlers here. You can bring your own in. We can fill them up too. So yeah, you can always bring beer home or kegs.
Is there anything special, like different special events in this community that really draw a lot of traffic to your brewery?
I mean, I think it goes back to just that vibe that we have here. We have a really big local scene here. Everybody, you know, I see a lot of same faces over and over, and they just like to hang out here. It's just a cool atmosphere, relax. You can bring your kids, you can bring your dogs, and you just come here and have fun.
Oh, cool. So you guys keep talking about this amazing vibe. So what made you decide on the design of this place, Cameron?
So way back when homebrewing, I really like to go to other breweries and actually see where that beer is made. I like to sit there and see it, you know, be able to smell it all too. So back there, it has all of our grain. You can see where that's stored, and then, you know, walking inside, you can see all process, you know, where the beer is stored, you know, and even see right through our cold box to see all of our kegs.
And then when I was here, what was it, like a couple days ago, I actually saw them brewing beer. Like they were pulling out the grain. I can't remember that. And then like a big, whatever you guys are putting it in. Like it was, yeah, okay, thank you. So he's a technical guy, right? And I'm just watching it.
Stirring it.
Whoa, yeah, he's stirring it. And what a cool vibe, what a neat vibe. And this place was filled, and it was like 6 o'clock on a Wednesday. And so I don't know, I really love that vibe. I really like that you can see what you guys are actually doing here. It's not a secret. You do make it here. It's obvious.
Yes, exactly. And you mentioned that this is a real family atmosphere. It's for all ages. You can bring your kids.
Yeah, kids, dogs. You know, anytime we're open, you can have kids here too.
Yeah, I saw you had some board games over there as well.
Yeah, we have games. We have cornhole. We have cards. We have, you know, a whole shelf.
All right, very good.
Very cool.
So let's switch gears to real estate. Now you've got your own company. What does it take for your team to be so successful in this environment?
Well, we talked about communities too, right? So it's really just getting to know the different communities here and what a place like this does for the La Mesa community, and really knowing what each area offers for the lifestyle of the individual.
Right.
And so, I mean, when you're looking at something like this and this type of lifestyle, really going, okay, what is that? How much would that cost to actually live close by to somewhere like this brewery? You know what I mean? And, and be able to take a quick cab drive home or you know, have a really fun nightlife with the kids. You know, just where can you go and hang out and play games and just have a good time with the family.
Yeah, because this is obviously a hot spot in this community. So is it important for your team to find these little hot spots so when they're taking customers around?
Definitely, and it doesn't hurt to drive by one of these and just like point out, you know, like, hey, check this place out. This is what this place offers, and really showing them driving distance what it's like to live in a community like this. And so it's important for people to get a really good feel on what that neighborhood offers them.
Okay, great. So thank you guys so much for having us here at this amazing brewery. I'm really looking forward to happy hour, so let's cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, you guys, for hanging out with us at the Helix Brewing Company, and an enormous thanks to Tyreshias, Guarnotta, founder of Versant Realty, and Cameron Ball, the owner of the Helix Brewing Company. We hope you learned a little bit about life in La Mesa. I'm Megan Tower with Lifestyles San Diego.
Hey, that's all for Lifestyles, the only show of its kind exploring America's finest city. I would love to invite you to follow the show outside of cable. Visit us online, follow us on social media. We hope you can like and share our content. Thank you so much for tuning into the show, and we'll see you next week.